Hello, everyone. Welcome to another math class with weights. This is our final for the month of March to celebrate March Madness. I've still only got the 2-pounders that we've been using this whole month. Today, to start though, I'd like to start with a bunch of stretching before we begin with the 2-pounders. I have this full-size roller and a half-size roller. If you don't have a roller, you can always wrap a blanket like a roller. So I'm going to start with the roller lengthwise. If you have a roller, you're going to have a seat at the edge of the roller and roll all the way back down onto your back, where your head and the tail are on the roller. Make sense? Hopefully it does. Good morning and welcome. All right, so now, or afternoon, evening, whatever time it is, let's have fun. Let's just enjoy moving for the simplicity of just letting go and enjoy this few moments of peacefulness in our brain. All right, so I'm just going to let my eyes soften and allow them to close for a moment, to take 3 breaths in and out to bring a little awareness into sections I want to focus on in my body to let it go. So here we go. Let's get started. Now that that is done, I'm going to try to find my feet somewhere in line with my knees and let my arms float right over my chest and let the arms go up and back behind me. Circle them out to the sides, down and around towards my feet, and lift up. So I just want to open this body as much as possible before we begin the last week of March Madness, to try to get as many components of the classical mat in the repertoire today as possible. And a few of them will be with weights and a few of them will not be with weights. Just so I say that out loud, I'm going for 5 full circles one way and 5 full circles the other way. And then from there, I'm just going to bring my feet a little closer towards my bum and then going to a pelvic tilt to let the small of my back hug the roller. So essentially, most of my back is talking to the roller, and then I release the tail gently. Just the pelvic tilting 5 times. It really worked last week when I stuck with the number 5, so I'm going to try to do that. And then I'm going to let my arms float right over my chest, curl my head, neck, and shoulders to come and look at my low belly, and then roll back down. Just a normal sternum fold or a chest lift from the head and neck being held by the deep center of the body. But anytime if you need to hold your head in your hand, by all means do so with one hand. And last one. Very nice. So now from here, I'm just going to think about how can I let the right arm fall down, left leg come into a tabletop, taking an inhale there, exhale, coming back to center, both arms float up, both feet come down. Left arm goes down, right leg comes into tabletop, and then coming back to center with both arm and leg. Last two each side. We're just going to go for 3 this time. Trying to find the deep stabilizers in the body to help us find the center to work from. This is quite a challenge on a carpeted floor, on a soft cushiony mat for me. So I'm used to doing this on the hardwood floor. Right, so now after those 3, I'm just going to go into a full bridge where I let my bum lift off, trying to find the openness across the front of the thigh bones. Chest still soft, my breastbone has fallen into my backbone, all corners of my feet as active as possible, and then rolling back down. Just that part. And your hands can be on the earth to help support you if you need that. I'm just going to take it across the top of the hip bones just to give it a little extra attention and awareness, to talk to them to open a little bit more, and then rolling back down. Here we go, 3 more of those, 5 of those, however. Yeah, 2 more. And last one. Lovely. And now I'm going to let the base of my head where it meets the neck come off the edge of the roller, just so I can turn my head and neck side to side and give the bottom of that head and neck area a nice massage. I'm turning side to side very gently, and then I'm going to stay to the right, nod up and down a few times without taking the head off of the roller or the body, and then coming back to the left and nodding a few times on the left side. And then coming back to center, gently rolling off of the roller. And I'm going to put the roller at the crease of my neck for 1 more neck release and tension release. And same thing, nodding up and down a few times. Normal nod in the center. We'll go to the right, nod a few times on the right side. And then we'll come back, we'll go to the other side, nod a few times on the other side. Very, very nice. And then we'll come back to center, roll off of that roller, allow the roller come up to sitting for a moment, put it right at the low back or the flat part of your bum crease. And then you're going to roll all the way back onto your back. Right knee comes into your chest, left leg stretches away all the way long in front of you, and you just breathe into the front of the hip space on the left side and enjoy this stretching. And then hug both knees into your chest. Stretch the right leg nice and long out in front of you. Allow everything else to relax as much as available. And then bring both knees in towards your chest. Let your hands rest comfortably on the roller. The legs are just dangling at the knee crease. I'm going to rock my knees side to side for the lower half of the spine twist. Just a gentle little nod of the knees side to side, so to speak. And then I'm going to come through center to come back, stretch both legs up towards the sky, feet flex. And just allow gravity to kind of help relieve the back of the legs, the thigh bones, to help open up the small of my back space, the pelvic space across the back, which is the sacrum and the ilium, all of that good stuff to open. And then I'm going to go into a few scissors. This is also part of the classical repertoire. So we go one leg towards us, the other leg away. The feet stay flexed. And a couple more, 5 altogether. This is my 5th round. Keep it there, and we go into a little helicopter or a semicircle of the thigh bones. One leg draws the circle towards the foot. The other leg draws the circle towards the earlobe. Just drawing semicircles, helicopter. And one more each way. And then we'll come back to center, go back through the scissor, and we'll go into bicycle pattern. Another exercise, part of the classical repertoire. These things are usually done later in class. I'm using it as a means to help stretch myself out in a different way on the roller. Sometimes the order of the classical repertoire is not a necessity. It's how well are we connecting for the more challenging exercises to the deep center. This is just a modification of this bicycle. And then hug both knees. Once you have 5 repetitions, both directions of the circle. And we're going to let one leg come out in front of us, other leg come out in front of us. Lift the hips, set the roller aside. Just kick it all the way out of the way. Stretch your arms up and long behind you. If a roll up is in your practice, that's where we're going to go for. I'm going to roll all the way up. I have my hand weights handy near me, and I'm going to use the hand weights for my rolling down today and rolling up. So arms out in front of me. Exhale, pelvic tilt to curl back. Each vertebra finds a new place on the mat underneath. And then I let the arms stretch up and back. I only am able to do that because my ribs did not splay up towards the sky. I float the arms up, curl my head, neck, and shoulders, and take one vertebra off the ground at a time as I roll my way up. Having the hand weights really helps me. And I'm going to go forward, 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 reminding me of half of my neck stretch exercise or neck pull exercise, coming back to center, hinging as far back, and then pelvic tilting with the hand weights out in front of me, taking the hand weights up and back behind me. Take a breath in. Exhale, arms float up directly over the chest. Easy head, neck, and shoulders. Keep talking to check your airway. That's how you know your airway is intact and open. Go as far forward with your nose towards your thigh bones or your knees, and then come back to sitting tall. Hinge back with those hand weights, and then pelvic tilt. So the low belly and the upper back work together for that hinge back. Exhale there. Inhale to float the arms up. Exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders. Roll all the way up. Fold forward. I'm going to walk a little bit more forward on my mat. And then coming back to sitting tall. Last one, hinging back and pelvic tilting. Rolling all the way down. Keep your arms right over the shoulders, and then bring the right leg into a tabletop, left leg into a tabletop. I'm going right into my 100s with the arm bones, with the hands in my hand weights, and then curl my head, neck, and shoulders forward. I'm going to stay in tabletop, just encourage the small of my back to stay happy, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Round 2. Here's halfway. I want to stretch my legs long and keep going. I have 2 left. Pause, hug your knees towards your nose, relax your head, neck, and shoulders as the arm bones fall down. And then let the arm bones go wide, turn the palms up to the ceiling to a downward V. We're going to take that right into leg circles. Left leg rolls down, right leg is nice and long towards the sky, a slight point. Left leg is flexed, 5 circles one way, 5 circles the other way. And whatever direction you start, make sure that you're breathing and that your left thigh bone and your hip are not trying to help you so much. That's 5. I go the other way. Excellent. And then I'm going to hug that knee for a moment. There we go. And then stretch that leg out. I'm never surprised at how well this body just stretches. And then the left foot points, right foot is flexed. And we go across, down, around, and up 5 times. And then away, down, around, and up 5 times. Breathing comfortably, not exaggerating the breath, keeping the airway open. Kind thoughts. And then we'll hug that knee. Oh yeah. And then stretch the leg. So from the leg circles, I'm actually going to go into a mini rollover. I'm going to bring the right leg into a tabletop and then the left leg into a tabletop, keeping the legs in tabletop and keeping my hands pinned, so to speak. I'm just going to rock off of my tailbone and my sit bone and do a little bunny hop for the low back. Just that part. Just allowing that low belly to fall and let the knees and the legs stay in that same connection. It's all about the bum lifting up from my low belly because it's hugging my low back. I have a couple more. I know you're thinking, why do you have a couple more? Last one. And then I'm going to stretch the right leg long. I'm going to stretch the left leg long. Lift the arms over my chest for one more opportunity for a roll up. Exhale, roll all the way up. I'm going to ditch the hand weights. We're going to take it into rolling like a ball next. We're going to bring the legs as close to our body as it's available. Rock off of those sit bones. Take a breath in. Exhale, curl back, curl up. Ideally, the head and neck never touch the ground and the feet never touch the ground. And your gaze is somewhere across in between the thigh bones. And you still have an open airway. Don't let your head and neck go too far forward up your spine. I don't know how many. Let's say 2 more. And 1 more. Excellent. And then I'm going to rock back to the tip of the shoulder using a little momentum. Right leg stretches out nice and long. Single leg stretch. And switch. Switch. And switch. Switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Last one. Both sides. Excellent. Hug your knees. Relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Stretch both legs nice and long. Arms go behind you if that's available with your chest. If not, they go right over your chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders forward. Arms are right next to the earlobes. Legs roll away from you. Circle the arms to hug your knees. And then reach both arms and legs away from each other. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hug. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hug. Last one. Relax back down. Take a breath in. Exhale, cradle your head and neck in your hands. Exhale, curl forward. We're going to go into crisscross. Left leg goes away. Right knee stays. Left armpit towards right knee. Come back to center with both legs in tabletop. And then we twist the other way. Right armpit to left knee. Back to center. Left armpit to right knee, back to center, right armpit to left knee, back to center, left armpit up and over towards the right knee, right armpit up and over towards the left knee. And we go a little quicker. The legs are just traveling across an imaginary line. Pause, relax everything, hug back down, do a tiny little rocking momentum to come up to sitting, and we'll take it into spine stretch forward. And for spine stretch forward, we'll use our little hand weights again, just to allow the weight of the arms with the weights to help us maybe stretch a little bit more forward. Feet are flexed, toes up towards the sky. You're sitting as tall as possible. If you need a throne to sit taller, then by all means do so. Nod your chin, it's a very slight nod. Puff the neck, puff the upper back, puff the middle back, puff the low back by letting your belly roll, lift into your back and hug. Pause there, drop the hand weights, take a breath in. Exhale, float it up if you have it, and then roll your way back up to sitting, floating on those sit bones. We go for 5 of those. 3 more. 2 more. From our spine stretch forward, we're going to take it right into open leg rocker. I'm going to ditch the hand weights, and I'm going to bring my right leg towards me behind the right thigh bone, and my left leg towards me behind the left thigh bone. And I'm in a bent leg with the legs really dangling and lazy, just to find the low belly support to stretch the legs from, and then bring them back in. Just that part 5 times, and then we'll be ready to begin the open leg rocker. And 5. So now I'm going to keep my hands right behind the bottom of the thigh bones into the knee, and then I'm going to roll back and rock back up. Just that part. Here's number 2. And number 3. And number 4. Number 5. And pause. Let the right leg fall. Let the left leg fall. Spine stretch forward one more time. Swing your legs behind you, and we're going to take it into our swan, single leg kick and double leg kick. And for our swan today, you're going to go as broad of a swan as you want, or as narrow of a swan as you want. My hands are going to go a little bit outside of the shoulders today. Taking an inhale, I'm on my belly. I'm going to allow the small of my back to stay broad by lifting the low belly up, and the belly button stays soft, lifting towards the breastbone. Now my nose is going to roll a marble forward to look forward and slightly up, relaxing the shoulders. I come all the way up into my swan, and then I'm going to roll down very gently. Taking the breath in, exhale. Rolling up into that swan, and then gently relaxing back down. That was 3 for me. I'm just going for 5 again. Excellent. So now from there, I'm going to take it into single leg kick. I'm going to prop onto my elbows, clasp my hands together because that's where I am today. Head, neck, and eyes forward, broad open collarbones and shoulders. We're not sinking or slumping into our shoulders. We're up and out of those guys to give our airway a nice happy opening with the neck broad. And then from there, the left leg bends, knee, foot points, foot flexes, and points back away. Right leg, and down. Point, flex, and a point away. 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 Last 2. Last 1. Excellent. So double leg kick. We're going to go all the way down onto the left ear on the mat, hands clasped behind your back or arms nice and long with the palms turned up to the sky. Whatever you choose, just be kind in your thoughts. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend both legs, kick your bum. 1, 2, 3, and then lift your head, neck, and shoulders, reach the feet and legs off the mat, and then take the opposite ear to the mat as you bend and kick. 2, 3, and reach, lengthen. Think of the crown of the head reaching away from your feet. And opposite ear to the mat, kick, 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 and breathe. 2, 3, and opposite ear, kick, 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 and reach. 2, 3. Last one. Last one to the other side. And relax everything down. Press into your hands, sit back on your heels in child's pose for a moment. Excellent. Now lift your way up, swing your legs out in front of you. We're going to take it into our saw next, and we're going to use those hand weights again because we've been using the hand weights every single class since I took over. So let's begin by finding those hand weights. Your feet are as wide as your mat again. Arms, I'm actually going to change direction and face you, just so I have a little bit more room to navigate with. Sitting as tall as you can, arms with the hand weights. If that's your choice, bring them out to the sides to a T. Take a breath in. Let's start with the right hand going towards the left foot. We've turned the left palm up. We pause here. All we're going to do is we're going to bend at the elbow and release. Bend at the elbow and release. Bend at the elbow and release. Last one. And then we come back to center as we untwist. We take it over to the other side. We pause there. The palms either turned up to or to the side. We bend at the elbow and release. We bend at the elbow and we release. We bend at the elbow and we release. We bend, we release, pause, come back to center. So now traditional saw. We're going to twist, reach 1, 2, 3, back to center. It's like we're trying to reach the hands away from each other as we allow the upper body to feel a little rotation. This time, the lower body doesn't get to do much. We're just going to try to keep that as happy and still as possible, which we're human beings, so we're never completely still. So take that cue very lightly, please. Last one, both sides. And then coming back to center. It went well for me. I hope it went well for you too. So coming back to facing the mat one more time, we get to go back into our roll down again. You take a breath in, exhale, curling back, rolling all the way down onto your back. Arms rest nice and long by your sides. You're going to bend one leg and then bend the other leg, each foot in front of each sit bone and heel bone. Having a conversation. Take a breath in, exhale, pelvic tilt to peel your way up into your shoulder bridge, which is where we're coming to next. And then from the shoulder bridge, bring the right leg into tabletop, stretch the leg up, point the foot as it goes away, flex the foot as it comes towards you. Long sweep of the leg. Just 5. Keeping that bum lifted. It's just the right thigh bone and the right pelvic half going through a little change. And then we bend the leg, put the foot down, adjust if necessary, bring the left leg into tabletop, stretch the leg, point as it goes down, flex as it comes towards you, point and flex, and keep breathing. Only 5. Are you still kind with your ribs? Chest still heavy down to the earth, and then bend the leg, put the foot down, roll your way back down. So we did those scissors and bicycle pattern earlier. We're going to do that in a different way this morning, afternoon, whatever it is in your land. Take a breath in, exhale, pelvic tilt, find your shoulder bridge again. And from here, you're just going to hold right underneath your bum with both hands. You take a breath in to prepare, and then exhale, similar to what you were thinking about in bicycle pattern. Lift the right leg up, bend, drag. We're just doing a modified version of the bicycle. I know. And 5. And then we reverse. So it's just one leg at a time bicycle. I would be literally levitating if I could do this with both legs at the same time. And if I were not in my rollover position, and then I put that foot down. This is a mini rollover position. Here we go. Left leg comes into tabletop, stretch bicycle pattern. There are modifications for everything in this world. We have to honor the body's asks, however they come, and then we reverse. 5 both directions. And then we'll bend that leg, put that foot down, roll our way all the way down. Excellent. That should have prepared me to be able to go into jackknife, which is not usually the sequence of how it goes, but I'm going there because it's going to be a little kinder at this point since I'm warmer. Right leg into tabletop, left leg into tabletop, stretch both legs up towards the sky. If a rollover is not in your repertoire, please skip this and join me in a few moments. It won't take long. I'm going to roll up and over and then reach the legs as high towards the sky as possible. Fold at the hip socket and the thigh bone, and then rolling my way back down. Circling the legs down and around to come back to center. Both legs in center over the hips. Exhale, rolling up and over. Reaching those legs as high towards the sky as possible. Folding back at the hips, at the thigh, and from the thigh bones, and then rolling back down. Letting my breastbone fall into my backbone. One more of these jackknives, just 3 of those. Exhale, roll over. Lift, lift, lift from the back of the thigh bones towards the sky with your feet, pointing your feet. Flex your feet as the thigh bones fold across the hip sockets, and then we roll down. It's the hip hinge that we talk about quite often for chair pose. And then from there, right leg falls away, left leg falls away. One more opportunity for a roll up coming up. Exhale, curl forward, and roll all the way up to sitting. Wonderful. Let's go on to our side next. We're going into our side kick series. But before we go into our side kick series, I'd like to explore something a little different for a moment. We're going to prop ourselves up and out of our shoulders onto our elbows and our hands. If that's not available, it's okay if you want to be all the way down here and you just lift your hip up and down. That's a-okay. So here I am. I'm going to prop myself up onto my elbow. I'm going to try not to slump into that shoulder. Stay as broad and happy across that armpit, lifting the bottom ribs up. Bring my hand, my right hand, towards the back of my head. And from here, I'm just going to lift both hips off the ground. I've got the right thigh bone open in a diamond shape with my legs. And from that diamond shape, if it's available, I'm going to take the right foot off, put it back down. Right foot off, put it back down. Right foot off, put it back down. Ideally, the pelvis is not rolling back. Here's 4, and here's 5. And then we let the hips come back down. Wonderful. That's all that I'm going to ask you here. I'm going to stretch the right leg. We go right into leg kicks. Kick, kick forward, kick back. Kick, kick forward, kick back. Kick, kick forward, kick back. Last 2. And last 1. Wonderful. So now from there, I'm going to reach my right hand long. I'm going to roll up into my teaser. How am I going to do that? I'm going to let that right leg be my guide to curl off and support myself onto the teaser, and then roll back onto my left side, reaching my right hand away from my right foot And then they come toward each other as I roll off onto the side of my hip and onto my sacrum. Last two, or three, sorry. We're going for 5. Well, it'll be 5 on each side, so it'll become 10 for teaser land. Yay! Here's 4. We find that sideline position again, reaching the hand away from the foot. And here's 5. Excellent. So now we'll just swing the legs around to go to the other side. So same thought process. Elbow in hand, underarm helping, hips lifted, top thigh bone open. We support our head with our hand up above, which is our left hand. I'm on my right side of my thigh bone, taking a breath in. Exhale, floating my hips up. Pause there. I'm going to lift the left leg up and back down. Left foot comes off and it comes back down. The left thigh bone is an external rotation. It's just rocking off. The pelvis isn't rolling back, hopefully. And last one. And then we come back down. Stretch that left leg nice and long off of the ground. We go into kick, kick forward, kick, kick back. And 5. Keep it there. Left hand reaches away from that left foot. Left leg is semi-active. It's not so active. We're going to rock off of this right side of that thigh bone, come on to our sacrum to come up into that balancing bent leg teaser. Same thing again. We rock back to that sideline position, taking a breath in, reaching the hand and the leg away, coming back to where we were. Using a little momentum to rock on top of that sacrum, which is the flat part of your bum, to balance the legs and trying to find our deep center again. 4. And 5. Excellent. So we'll come back to that sideline position. One more opportunity. We're going to go onto our belly again. I know you're thinking, what is going on? We're going to take that into our leg pull front connection. So I'm on my belly, my toes are going to tuck under, heels are going to stretch, and then my hands are directly under the shoulder. If you are one of those who needs to go into a plank that's modified on your knees, by all means, do whatever you are comfortable with at this moment. Take a breath in. Exhale, if you're going into a full plank, join me as you push the earth away into your plank. And then from there, right foot lifts, kick, kick up to the sky and lower it down. Left foot lifts, points, kicks, kicks, and back down. A little close to that wall. Right foot points, kicks, kicks, back down. It's like there's a magic string pulling that leg long and away from the ear as it goes up to the sky. I have forgotten to count. Let's say 1 more each side. Head and neck floating, low belly lifted. Take your hips up and back into downward dog for a moment. Walk your feet or pedal your feet. Excellent. And then come down onto your knees. Here we go. I'm going to kneel facing you. We're going to grab those hand weights if that's something you want to do. None of this is a must. And I'm going to go ahead and give you the profile view just so you have a different view. As you're kneeling, please be mindful that you are kneeling from an open thigh bone position across the front. It's really tempting to just sit back on the top of the thigh bones, but allow the front of that thigh bone to feel like it's floating into your earlobe. If you have the hand weights, grab them. All you're going to do is allow the arms to float out in front of you from the center of your body, shoulder height or nipple height. Lower it back down, palms are turned down. And they're staying shoulder width apart. They're not ever too close to each other. Just 5 of those. 4. and 5. And now from that 5th one, you're going to keep it in front of you, bend at the elbows and release. 15 of those. I know you're thinking, why so many? And the elbows don't fall, they stay right as they are, and we bend from the elbows. We're also paying attention to the wrists staying in the same place, that we're not conking our hands or our wrists to do so. Here's 9 for me, I know. 10, 5 more, 11. Do you still have your low belly lift? Is your chest still soft? Is your head still floating? Last 2. Excellent. And then lower those arms down. Shrug your earlobes, your shoulders to the earlobes and release. Just 5 of those. Last one. And then we're going to go into quarter circles. I'm going to go a little away from the wall. We're going to take the arms out in front of us, take it up to the sides, take it towards our peripheral vision and lower it down. 5 circles one way, 5 circles the other way. The top of the shoulders ideally don't have to work so much, meaning the upper traps. The bones and the muscles work together, but the bones are moving gently and gliding around. And I forgot to count. Let's say this is 5, and we'll reverse. Head and neck are still floating. Chest is still soft into your back. Tail is hanging loose. Low belly stays lifted. Last 2. Wonderful. Now we'll ditch the weights. Once you ditch the weights, come on to your kneeling position. We take it into our kneeling side kicks. Today, we're going to go into our side plank into side bend also. So prepare your mind around wrapping a bunch of things together. So arms out to the sides, palms can be turned up or down. We're going to topple over onto the left hand by lifting the right leg off the ground. Here's a place where if you need a yoga block or a couple of pillows to put your hand on, it's okay. Right arm is either reaching up to the sky or supporting your head. Kick forward, kick back. Let's go for 5. Ideally, you feel that left bum talking because it's opening the front of the left thigh bone and hip. Here's 5. Bring it right in line with the hip. 5 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And reverse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow that foot to land. Sneak the left foot directly back, staggered. Right arm goes up. And then we side bend, turn and look at the hand below. Take the right arm back up into your side plank. Lower the hip almost all the way down. Right palm turns up on top of the right thigh bone. Lift up into your side plank. Side bend. Back to side plank. Maybe you lower. Keep relaxing the shoulders. Talk to the armpits. Up and over to arc. Back to side plank. Almost all the way down. Back to side plank. Up and over to arc. Back to side plank. Almost all the way down as we bend across the waist. Last one. Side bend, back to side plank. Bring that left knee directly under. Push the earth away to come back to tall kneeling. Voila. Whew. That was intense. Arms out to the sides. Take a breath in. Let it go. On your next exhale, we'll go over with the right hand as we fall onto that right side. Lift the left leg. The left hand comes back to support your head. Kick forward. Kick back. Kick forward. Kick back. Kick forward. Kick back. 4 and 5. Come back to center. 5 circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Allow that leg to come forward. Sneak the bottom leg off underneath, staggered. Left arm reaches up to the sky. We side bend, turn and look at the right hand below. Come back to your side plank. Maybe you lower the hips a little down, up to side plank. Arc the body. Soft elbows, soft hands. Spread the fingertips. It'll give you a lot more support when you spread the fingertips. Just 5 of these. and 5. Wonderful. So now we'll bring that right knee back, push the earth away to come up to tall kneeling. Let's go into some side stretching, shall we? Let's just come all the way down to where we're sitting in hero's pose with our knees out in front of us. If you need a little elevation, please put a pillow or a blanket under the shins to let the feet be a little bit more relaxed. Arms out to the side. We'll stretch the right side up and over with the right arm. Left elbow can bend. 3 full breath cycles. And then we'll come up, go the other way. And come up, we'll go the other way. Come up, last one. Wonderful. So now I'm going to come back to being on my belly one more time. And I'm going to take my hand weights as wide as I can with my arms as wide. We take it into our swimming next. Swimming usually comes before all of that series, but today I've chosen to change things up a little. Legs go as wide and arms go as wide. We take a breath in. We exhale, reach the hands away from the feet as we float the hands, the arms, and the legs and the knees off the ground. And then we just go swimming. We're just slapping the arms and the legs in the air. And we'll fall. Let everything relax. Push yourselves up and back into child's pose for a transition. Breathe one in and out. Come back to sitting. Swing your legs out in front of you. And we go into modified hip circles next. So what is modified hip circles? I'm going to go on my elbows, lift up and out of the shoulders first, bring one leg into tabletop, other leg into tabletop, an opportunity for a little bit more spine twist actually. We're going to take both knees over on to the left or the right, circle the knees down and around to the right, back to center. So the lower half of the pelvis and the legs go into a little circle. And we go the other way. We just alternate side to side. We go towards the right, down and around and back to center. Towards the left, down and around to the right, back to center. Excellent. And then from there, I'm going to stretch the right leg, stretch the left leg. Take it into seated spine twist. Arms wide side to side. Or I'm going to choose my hands behind my head again with the elbows out in front of me. Staying as tall as possible, toes up to the sky, knees soft. Twist to your right, pulse, 2, 3, back to center, twist to the left, pulse, 2, 3, back to center, twist right, 2, 3, center, left, 2, 3, center, last 1, 2, 3, center, last 1 to the left, 2, 3, excellent. Stretch forward. All right, so from here, it's a little transition called seal puppy to come up to standing because I'm trying to pay attention to time. I have a couple more things with the hand weights. I'm going to take my right elbow inside my leg, let my right hand land on top of the foot. Left elbow go inside the left thigh bone in the crease of the left knee. Left hand comes around the left foot, top of the foot. And then from there, I'm going to flap the feet together a few times just so I can stay in this lovely connection of the low belly. I'm going to rock back, clap, clap, rock up, clap, clap, rock back, clap, clap, rock up, clap, clap, rock back, rock up. Last one, rock up, and I'm going to separate, come all the way up, grabbing my hand weights. Ooh, that was mean and intense. I know. Don't worry. We're almost done. So the last few classes, I kind of skipped out on our balancing section, even though we did do a few things that required quite a bit of balance. But standing balance is a little different than balancing on our hands and knees. So let's explore some of that balancing section. We're going to do some different things with the arms just to allow our brain to find new mapping. I'm standing with the hand weights. Hand weights are optional. You can always use a wall to let your fingertip touch the wall just to find your balance also. So for this section, I'm going to take my left arm out in front of me and right leg off the ground. And the right arm goes out somewhere to the side to a T. Pause there. Nothing changes. I'm trying to find the center of that left thigh bone to talk to the left heel. And I'm trying not to lean too far forward or too far backward. Chest soft into my back. And then I come back to center. That was about 10 seconds. So we repeat that 3 more times. 4 more times. So 5 altogether. Sorry, take a breath in. Exhale, float. 7, 6, 5, 4, eyes soft, and down. Okay, take a breath in. Same side, right leg floats off. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. 2 more, just like that. Woo. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Last one. 10, 9, 8. It's really tempting to stand in the corner of that thigh bone, but I'm trying to find the middle. And down. Shake it all off. Oh my gosh. The hand weights kind of helped me a little. That's why I thought we would add them. It gave me that relaxing of the shoulder a little bit more and helped me find the center because of the counterbalance and the weight because with the hand weight. So here we go. Other side, please. We're going to float the left leg off the ground and the left arm out to the side to a T. Right arm out in front of you. It's really easy and tempting to stand in the right corner of my thigh bone. And I'm now finally there. Whew. I'm supposed to be wobbly. That's what I tell all of us. And then we come back. So it's really easy to hang out in the corner of that thigh bone. We're going to lift up and out and then float to find that center of the thigh bone, talking to the center of the heel. The leg and the ankle are shaking like leaves, and center. 3 more. Two more. And 1 more. Excellent. We'll ditch those hand weights. We are almost done with class. Can you believe that? That was so fast. We're going to stand at the back edges of our mat. We're going to go into push-up, and then I'm going to add 1 more nice stretching sequence at the end of this class. So don't worry, we're not done with stretching. We're just done with working very diligently. Arms overhead, float down into your forward fold. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Walk your hands out into your plank and pause. Breathe, and if you feel like it, go into your push-up, head and neck floating, heels directly over the toes, 10 to 15 push-ups if you want to. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm very slow with these. 14, 15. Hips up and back. If this is also in your practice, take the right leg up to the sky, bend at the knee, open that whole right hip, side body, let your head and neck dangle, shoulders are broad and happy. swing that leg down in front of you for a pigeon stretch. Breathe. Tuck the back toes under, prop yourself up if you melted over, and then lift up into a plank one more time. Hips up and back into downward dog. Take the left leg up, bend the left knee, open the left knee, roll the thigh bone as far as you can on top of the right. Looking underneath the left armpit, shoulders broad and relaxed, head and neck soft. Swing that left leg out in front of you into your pigeon version you like. We will not be going back into a plank after this one, just so I say it out loud. Breathe. From this pigeon, you're just going to rock yourself up onto sitting crisscross applesauce. And I want to take a moment to say thank you for exploring mat class with weights. We'll resume normal mat classes starting in April, same Zoom time, and I will see you guys later. Take 3 full breaths in and out before you go away. Have a lovely afternoon, day, evening, whatever it is for you. Thank you so much. Goodbye now.